Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 15 ladder, as we're just going to jump into it, still kicking it with the Mega Metagross team that I've been using for about the last week or so. It's been doing really well. At first it wasn't doing too hot, but then I added Rotom Wash and Landorus T to the team, and I think they've been really great additions. We've been able to pick up some pretty notable wins in the last couple of episodes, and this team has had some really close games, so if you've not checked the last couple of episodes out, definitely do so, because they're really great. Conan from Washington, with the rating of 1860, is actually going to be our first opponent of the day. This is going to be super exciting, because Conan actually won Washington Regionals, or was it Oregon Regionals? I think it was one of the two. I forgot which state it was in. No, it was in Oregon, yeah. So he is an up and rising player, but he's doing fantastically this season. And this should be really exciting because, I mean, he just won a regional, so he's a fantastic player. And his Twitter is actually Conan VGC, I believe, so give him a follow there. Definitely one of the top players this season. He actually just aged up from seniors to masters, and every year there are a couple of players that, you know, make a huge impact on the scene right when they age up, and he's definitely one of them. He's not using the same team he used to win regionals, but he's got Heatran, Breloom, Suicune, Kangaskhan, Thundurus, and Landorus T. So a very scary team to go up against in general. We've actually played against him a while back in Going Road to Ranked. I don't know if you guys remember, but he was using a normal Swampert back then. Definitely not a fun team to go up against, though. Rotom Wash beats everything but the Breloom, so I'm thinking of Thundurus. I mean, Landorus here isn't a bad lead either, though if he leads with Suicune or his Landorus, then I'm kind of in some trouble. But, you know, I'm going to go with Landorus, and kind of want to go with the Rotom Wash. I don't know. Gengar's always such a good call, though, especially because he can just taunt things and whatnot. Though I don't think he's going to lead with Breloom. Okay, I'm going to go Rotom Wash and Landorus with, actually, no, what am I saying? Conkeldurr is really good here. Like, against his entire team. Yeah, actually, I'm going to go with Gengar Conkeldurr. Gengar to taunt Breloom's Spore. With, let's see. Rotom Wash in the back. This last one is pretty tough. I actually want Hydreigon here. It's Hydreigon or Metagross. Okay, I'm gonna go with Metagross. I just feel a bit more comfortable playing with Metagross, because, especially with Substitute, whereas Hydreigon, if his Landorus T is Scarfed, then he can just Superpower knock me out, whereas he can't one-hit KO my Metagross, so I ended up going with it. It was a tough call, especially because if he brings in Heatran, it might be a bit difficult, but he's gonna lead with Kangaskhan and Breloom against my Gengar Conkeldurr lead, which is pretty decent here. Let's see. I should quickly jot down his team so I remember. Kang, Breloom, Suicune, Thundurus, Landorus, and Heatran. Okay, so the reason why this is a pretty decent lead matchup is because he can only fake out one Pokemon with Kangaskhan. I'd anticipate he's gonna fake out Gengar and Spore the Conkeldurr. So I'm going to Drain Punch the Kangaskhan slot in the off chance I don't get Spored with Conks. Question is what I want to do with Gengar. It's actually kind of tempting to Icy Wind here to break Breloom's Sash. I could also just taunt the Breloom. I don't know. He's too smart of a player to... he knows I'd probably go for taunt though, so... I'm going to Icy Wind because I could definitely see Landorus T switching in here. And Kangaskhan is going to withdraw. Okay. Let's see. It's going to be Thundurus, so not Landorus, but Icy Wind here is still going to be great, as I am going to be able to get it off here. That's going to do a lot of damage to both the Pokemon. Look how much damage it did to Breloom there with the critical hit, so, you know, that's huge. It's, Breloom is going to go for the Spore, so Taunt would have been nice there, but it's fine. As Conkeldurr actually can now just knock out the Breloom since it's in Mach Punch KO range. So Drain Punch obviously is not going to do too much to Thundurus, but it took a lot of damage from that Icy Wind originally, so I'm not going to complain. And given that it's how much damage it's taken, I'm guessing it's a more offensive variant. I'm just gonna Ice Punch it. Breloom's probably... I think Breloom's gonna protect here, and I'm just gonna Icy Wind again to make sure Gengar takes the first turn of sleep. But good play by him there, not protecting with Breloom. Nicely done, as he's just gonna T-Bolt Gengar. Let's see. And yeah, it is an offensive Thundurus. As you see, he's got the Life Orb. He does go for a Spore onto my Conkeldurr as well. Though, if my Gengar wakes up this next turn, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. So, both of my Pokemon have taken their first turn of sleep. So I'm just going to Mach Punch the Breloom slot and go for another Icy Wind. So let's see. That was a great turn by him, though, by not protecting with Breloom. The thing is, I didn't want to target that slot anyway, because I feel better about my position right now than had I knocked out the Breloom, just because it'd given him a free switch into, say, like, the Kangaskhan, which he obviously has in the back. But, let's see. Conkeldurr's gonna stay asleep. Let's see if Gengar wakes up here. Oh, it stays asleep. Would have been so big if I woke up there, because I would have picked up a double knockout, as he goes for the Hidden Power onto the Gengar. Okay. I was wondering if he had, like, HP Flying, because that's definitely viable, but he's just going to knock out my Gengar there, as Life Orb hangs on with just a bit, and Breloom gets the Bullet Seed off. So that's unfortunate, because both of my Pokemon took a second turn of sleep. If either woke up there, it would have been really good, but not going to be the case. And this Bullet Seed is getting so much damage off right now. Hit 3 times, bringing me down to 93 HP. So I'm going to bring out Rotom Wash here. Yeah, I really would have liked at least one of the two to wake up, but, you know, I can't complain. This is my fault for letting them get asleep in the first place, and that's why Taunt on Breloom might have been the better call originally, just to prevent any Spore shenanigans, but nicely done on his end. Let's see, the question here is, do I Mach Punch Thundurus predicting the Breloom Protect? I mean, I'd have to wake up first, but I don't want to take a Thunderbolt right now. Nor do I want to take any additional damage with Conk. But he didn't protect that last time, so I'm thinking maybe I should just Mach Punch it. Yeah, I'm just going to Mach Punch Breloom. Actually, I'm really not sure about... Nope, I'm going to target Thundurus. I mean, if he doesn't protect, I'd have to wake up first of all. You know, I'm just going to do the Breloom. Because I can potentially pick up 2 knockouts this turn. He's actually going to switch out, which is fine. Let's see what comes in. It's going to be Suicune. Okay, so this game is still winnable. It's going to be hard, but it's still winnable. Ah, Conkeldurr takes 3 turns of sleep, as he's going to go for the T-Bolt into Conk. Fine. Not actually going to knock me out. But so close. If Thundurus had KO'd itself by Life Orb Recoil, it would have been really nice there. I do knock it out with the Thunderbolt, but the sleep turns are killing me this game. Yeah, I mean, there it didn't really matter with Conk since he made the better play and switched out anyway, but let's see. We're probably going to see Breloom come back in here, but it's actually going to be Kangaskhan, which also makes sense. Now things get a bit interesting. You'd imagine he's just going to fake out Conkeldurr. So I'm going to Mach Punch it if he chooses to fake out Rotom, and I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp onto Kangaskhan as well, since I really need this Kangaskhan burn to prevent any additional damage to Rotom. Yeah, this Conk basically took way too much damage before actually getting to do anything, but he played very nicely with that Breloom, getting those spores off, and yeah, taunting the Breloom would have been nicer that first turn, despite how much damage I got off, just because you saw how the sleep turns worked against me. Looks like he's not going to bother going for the fake out, so I'm going to be able to get a Mach Punch off here, which does sizable damage, as he actually goes for the Power Up Punch play onto Conkeldurr. Smart there, but I'm actually going to be able to get a burn up for free, which is nice. I'd anticipate Suicune's going to go for the Tailwind here. Not much I could have done to prevent that. Let's see. Will-O-Wisp, fortunately, at least connects with Kangaskhan. That one I definitely needed. So regardless of what Suicune does here, you know, it's looking alright, as it does get a Tailwind up. So this is really coming down to a wire. I definitely feel better if I were my opponent right now, given his, I don't know, Suicune is just a pretty nice Pokemon to have against Pokemon like Metagross. But, I don't know, Rotom Wash deals with Suicune relatively well, so, this is interesting. Now, here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to double protect, because Conan, being the smart player he is, might actually power up punch his own Suicune, and if he does that, then I will certainly lose, because he can just return / double edge Rotom the following turn. I really feel like he might go for that play. Okay, I'm gonna sub here with Metagross. Though he's... No, if he were to do... He would scald my Metagross slot. Like, Metagross should protect here, because he can't really touch it. But do I just Thunderbolt Kang? No, actually I could just, Iron Head, Kangaskhan, and Thunderbolt. I'm thinking maybe I should have double protected there. I don't know. We'll see if he went for the power-up punch play onto himself. Though in retrospect, I don't know. I don't think it's that necessary to be this aggressive. Yeah, he just goes for the double edge. Good play by him. Rotom is going to be able to take that, but yeah, double protect would have been nicer there. I was too afraid of that power up play. But I mean, like I said, if he actually ended up going for it and he got it, and I double protected, I would have lost. Hopefully Skull doesn't burn here. If it doesn't burn, I'm still in it, but if it burns, I'm most certainly done for. Okay, no burn. So I am going to be able to knock out the Kang here with an Iron Head. And T-Bolt's going to be able to do a sizable amount to this Suicune, though. Now the issue is I have to deal with another turn of Tailwind, whereas if I just double protected this last turn, it would have been better off. And of course, Suicune has a Citrus Berry, given that Thundurus didn't have. So he's just going to be able to bring in Breloom now, which is obviously an issue. Though now it also gets a bit interesting, because the question is, who does it target? Because it is in KO range for my Rotom to knock it out. So, this is actually basically the biggest turn of the game. Does he Spore Metagross, expecting me to, you know, protect with Metagross and Thunderbolt? Or, excuse me, protect with Rotom, which is the obvious play. You know, right now the best play for me is just to protect Rotom and attack into Breloom with Metagross. Because Scald's not doing very much either. So this is actually a really, really tricky turn. And I obviously don't want to double protect because I need to predict who he's going to target with Breloom. So does he target Metagross or does he target Rotom? Man. What would I do if I were him here? I really want to protect Metagross and Thunderbolt Breloom. I'm going to go for it. It's one of those 50-50 plays. Let's see who Breloom targets. Oh, he went for the Bullet Seed. Nicely done. So, yeah, that's gonna knock me out. Yeah, that was a real 50-50. Obviously, if I just protected with Rotom and went for the Iron Head onto Breloom, basically would have won that one. And I really thought, you know, that was too obvious of a play, so I tried to attack with Rotom there, but Conan making the good read. Still possible to win if I get a double protect off here, so let's see. Yeah, I'm not even going to be able to get it, so he's going to Spore Metagross and be able to knock me out. Well played on his end there. It's frustrating when it comes down to a 50-50 like that and you make the wrong call, especially because, like, I felt like I was playing from behind the majority of the game, so to be able to be in that position would have been nice, but it's going to be a good game here, so I'm just going to forfeit. Well done by him there. That was a great call, and those 50-50s are always so difficult to make, especially against really good players, but I think I should have just went for the, I mean, obviously, since you saw how that battle went, I should have just protected Rotom and attacked with Metagross, because, mainly because, like, Suicune wouldn't, yeah, like, Suicune was definitely going to target Metagross that turn, and Breloom, you know, doesn't want to overextend itself, so targeting Rotom Wash made a bit more sense. I mean, basically, if I made the other call, I would have ended up winning, and it was one of those, like I said, 50-50s. But credits to him, he definitely played, I think, the better game. I should have taunted that first turn, since I knew a switch out was potential, and then the 3-turn and 2-turn sleep was definitely unfortunate as well. But, you know, you can't rely on waking up earlier on, so I am going to end up losing that one, but, you know, to a regional champion, and that's a testament to why he's such a good player. He was actually able to win the Premier Challenge and the Regional Championship on the same weekend, which is really impressive. As Demontoid, with a rating of 1800 plus, is going to be our second opponent of the day. What is this team? There's a Cradily there. I am definitely pronouncing that incorrectly. Cradily? Cradily? I have never seen that used competitively in VGC, and here my opponent has a rating of over 1800 with it, so this should be interesting. Also got Crest, Camerupt, Volcarona, Sylveon, and Aegislash. So, I do not know what to expect, man. I kind of want to lead with Landorus because it punishes the Volcarona lead, though I don't know. I can't really foresee my opponent leading with Volcarona. It's just not a very good idea. I actually like Camerupt Metagross. Yeah, that's a... No, not Camerupt Metagross. I see the Camerupt of my opponent's team. Hydreigon Metagross. Though Gengar would be solid here too, but I'm scared that the Cresselia has a Mental Orb because it would make sense for it to have Mental Orb. I don't really know. Conk in the back because it deals with Camerupt pretty well. Let's see. I don't know what to expect, really. I mean, that's why, like, using interesting Pokemon choices can help you out, because your opponent has no idea what's coming, so a lot of the times you can use that to your advantage, and I really, like, know nothing about this Pokemon, because it literally has never been used in VGC. like ever. Wolfie Glick used Lileep at Philadelphia Regionals in 2013, but that was a slightly gimmicky team. And his whole team was it was awesome. It was awesome, crazy. This one's kind of weird because everything else looks normal, but then you just have this one crit LA. Let's see, so yeah, I mean, I feel like Kong can deal with it relatively well. Rock and Grass. He's definitely going to be bringing it because it beats Rotom Wash. You know what? I'm still going to bring Rotom Wash as the last one just because it beats his Camera Up and his Volcarona. So this should be an interesting match. That last battle was still really tough too. It's like those 50-50 calls eat at you when you make the wrong call just because like it's like, wow, if I just did the other move I would have ended up winning. But you know, that's the beauty of competitive Pokemon. But I'm gonna go with Hydreigon Metagross. He's gonna go with Cresselia and Volcarona, so deciding to lead with Volk despite me having Lando T. So, you know, nice. Let's see. Kinda wanna just Dark Pulse and switch Metagross out to Rotom Wash, which is what I'm gonna do. I need the damage on Cresselia basically, and Metagross can't afford to. Yeah, I mean, my opponent might be smart enough and Bug Buzz the Hydreigon, but if he does, then I just get a free switch him back into whatever I want. I'm not gonna protect with either of the Pokemon. I do outspeed the Volk, which is good news to know. And wow, is that a crit? Yeah. And Cresselia literally hangs on with 1 HP from that crit. Wow. He does go for the smart Bug Buzz, so nicely done by my opponent there into the Hydra to knock it out. As a pretty quick turn here. Let's see what Cresselia goes for. I'd anticipate. Oh, it flinches actually too. I thought it might have gone for a Trick Room. So now I can just bring in Conkeldurr. So I got pretty fortunate with the crit flinch, obviously, because that actually puts Cress in Mach Punch KO range. Yeah, I'm just gonna Mach Punch it and Hydro the Volk. Though Cress, I would anticipate is gonna switch out here, but if it doesn't, then it's done for. That was a good first turn by my opponent, and now in retrospect, I might be in some trouble because Hydreigon was my best answer to my opponent's Aegislash, so if my opponent did bring Aegislash, I might be in some, like I said, some trouble. Oh wow, Helping Hand actually coming out here. So no switch out from Crest, which means I am going to be able to knock it out with Mach Punch, but I wonder who Volcarona targeted with this attack. It's either a Bug Buzz on a Rotom Wash or an Overheat onto Conkeldurr. I should be able to survive both, and it is going to be the Bug Buzz. Okay, let's see how much damage it does here. Oh wow, it knocked me out? That must be Specs then. Oh man, I was not anticipating that. Well done to my opponent. It has to be Specs. There's no way that would like, my Rotom is so bulky that it should have been able to take that. As Camera Up comes out. Oh my gosh. Well done to my opponent. He's played this really perfectly so far. And I'm in a lot of trouble actually. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it really nicely done by leading with that Volk. Like, I wanted to lead with Lando T, but I was like, he's probably not going to bring Volcarona because I have Lando T, but, you know, he made the right call, and it definitely paid off. I mean, I can still win, but it'll be difficult for sure. I'm going to Drain Punch the Camera Up and Protect with Metagross. Yeah, Volcarona does switch out, so I'm almost 100% sure that has Choice Specs on it. His last one is Sylveon, so this is still winnable. But let's see. Camera Up after Mega Evolving should also be slower than my Conkeldurr. Though, it might already be slower, let's see. As it does Mega Evolve, okay. I really thought we were going to see the Cradella here. So I'm kind of sad my opponent didn't bring it, but oh well. Okay, Metagross protects. I also could have tried to set up a sub here in case Camera protects. Oh, but it doesn't, and I do outspeed it. Okay, Drain Punch does a sizable amount. I don't know if Zen Headbutt can knock it out. As Heat Wave does a reasonable amount. Oh, man. I should have doubled into it, hoping that Zen Headbutt and Drain Punch could have knocked it out. Because now all my opponent has to do is just Heat Wave and Hyper Voice, and I lose. So I have to bank off. Yeah, I can't foresee myself winning this. I should have Zen Headbutted there. I mean, I can Iron Head Sylveon, Drain Punch, unless that was a low damage roll. And if he misses Heat Wave, it's still possible. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Iron Head Drain Punch here. Oh, Sylveon went for Helping Hand. Really? That makes sense, but so I should have doubled into camera up there, but wow, this team just revolves around Helping Hand, I guess. So if he misses Heat Wave, I can still win, or if I manage to KO with this Drain Punch, if that was a low damage roll the first time around. Nah, that's not going to be the case. So if he misses Heat Wave on Metagross here, I can still win, but let's see. Oh, he actually went for the 100% accurate. Oh, wow, what? Oh. So now my win condition is a flinch on Volcarona. If I flinch, I just win. So my opponent opted to target, I mean, makes sense there, but keeps me in the game instead of a Heat Wave, which obviously would have just won my opponent the game. So I am going to just go for the Drain Punch onto camera up down. Like I said, I need a flinch here with Zen Headbutt. Let's see. Not even gonna allow me to get it as Volcarona goes straight for the Heat Wave, knocking out both of my Pokemon. And I'm gonna end up losing this game. This is one of the games where it's like, wow, my opponent, like, the team, I feel like if it was a best of 3, I'd be able to adjust and, like, I would completely change things up since I know my opponent's sets, but that Specs Volcarona completely caught me off guard since I was expecting Rotom Wash to get that Hydro Pump off, and instead I wasn't able to. But my opponent also made a really good read that first turn by going for the Bug Buzz instead of the Heat Wave, fully able to, you know, knock out my Hydreigon. So we're actually going to drop both games today. Obviously I was banking off the Zen Headbutt hitting in that in the end there, and it wasn't able to, but I would have needed to flinch anyway, and the Zen Headbutt is a great move, but the reason why I dislike Mega Metagross is because of how much you need to rely on it sometimes, and it is just so difficult, because when you miss it, it's so bad, because Metagross just, like, gets hit by really powerful attacks. But regardless, my opponent played the better game there from the start. I wanted to see the Crit LA. We were gonna able to see it, and I mean, yeah, losing Rotom Wash was bad because Rotom Wash was my best answer to the camera up, so my opponent played that very well. He kind of read what I was gonna bring out really well, and yeah, nicely done there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. That was a very intense first game, and the second one was pretty crazy as well, but yeah, that first game, still kicking myself over that 50-50 call, but Conan definitely played the better game. Give him a follow on Twitter if you don't already. And yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. Like I said, there will be an announcement video later today detailing some of the new changes to this channel. And yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I shall see you later today. Alright, peace.